Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into the Prideland, exploring a story that often gets overlooked, the lingering thread of Scar, long after his demise, and the complicated path to peace under King Simba's rule. We're talking about the tumultuous era of the Outlanders, Zira's twisted loyalty, and the unexpected darkness that resided in the heart of the one chosen to unite the Prides. Kovu, the designated Dark Heir of the Outlands. Now, Simba's journey to kingship was epic, right? But becoming king is one thing. Staying king and healing a broken kingdom is another entirely. Following Scar's reign and the subsequent drought, the Pridelands were struggling. Simba, consumed by the trauma of his past and the guilt over Mufasa's death, was fiercely protective. This protective instinct, though understandable, became his greatest weakness when dealing with the remnants of Scar's followers, the Outlanders, led by the fanatical Zira. Zira is not just a disgruntled lioness, she is the embodiment of Scar's toxic legacy. But for Zira, it was scripture. Let's pause on Kovu for a second, and ultimately, to kill Simba. He wasn't allowed the joys of cubhood, he was a weapon in development. Fed by Zira's relentless propaganda, when Simba discovers them, his reaction is immediate and severe. Zira, however, is a master strategist. She leverages this encounter, seeing Kiara as the perfect bait, and then, at the opportune moment, betray them and strike Simba down. Years pass. Kovu saves Kiara from a staged wildfire, earning him a temporary place in the Prideland. Simba remains deeply suspicious, but Nala and Zazu urge him to give Kovu a chance. Simba agrees, seeing it as an opportunity to observe his enemy, but he keeps Kovu under constant surveillance. This is the most dangerous period for Simba. Kovu is living a double life. He's supposed to be executing Zira's revenge, but he's slowly being exposed to the warmth, structure, and love of the Prideland. He sees the genuine happiness between Simba and Nala, the respect Simba commands, and the kindness of Kiara. This starkly contrasts with the cold, militaristic environment Zira imposed upon him. The darkness he was born into starts to feel heavy, replaced by the confusion of budding loyalty and affection for Kiara. Kiara plays a pivotal role here. She doesn't judge Kovu based on his origins. She sees the lion beneath the darkness. Their relationship blossoms through shared experience, teaching Kovu the joy of play, the concept of responsibility beyond revenge, and, most importantly, the true meaning of "we are one", a motto Zira twisted into a weapon but which Kiara embodies as unity and acceptance. The internal conflict raging within Kovu reaches a peak. The night he is supposed to fulfill his mission, he hesitates. He can't bring himself to strike Simba. This moment of ethical paralysis is his true turning point, the rejection of the dark inheritance. But Zira is persistent. She arranges a meeting, intending for Kovu to lure Simba into a trap. This ambush scene is crucial. Simba, cautiously meeting Kovu alone, falls right into Zira's snare. Zira and the Outlanders attack. During the ensuing chaos, Kovu tries desperately to intervene, proving his loyalty to Simba. But Simba, betrayed and terrified, sees only the Outlander he always feared. Nuka, driven by a desperate need to impress Zira, attempts to attack Simba, but ends up causing a log dam to collapse, resulting in his own death. Zira's reaction to Nuka's death is a catastrophic shift. Instead of accepting the reality of Nuka's recklessness, she immediately blames Simba and, horrifyingly, Kovu. She physically scars Kovu, completing the symbolic image of Scar's heir, but in doing so, she shatters their bond forever. Kovu flees back to the Pridelands, seeking refuge and hoping to explain, but Simba's fear has won. Seeing the physical scar Zira inflicted, which mirrors Scar's own mark, Simba believes the worst. He exiles Kovu publicly and harshly. This is arguably Simba's lowest moment as king. He allows his trauma to dictate his policy, choosing fear over justice and forgiveness. He repeats the cycle of exclusion that had perpetuated the conflict for years. However, Kiara, driven by her love for Kovu and her inherent understanding of unity, defies her father and runs away to find Kovu. Their separation reinforces the idea that the feud between the prides is fundamentally rooted in generational hatred and misunderstanding. Simba and Zira are mere images of leaders clinging to the past, while Kovu and Kiara represent the future built on dialogue and acceptance. When Kiara finds Kovu, they decide they must return together to force a confrontation, not of violence, but of unity. Simultaneously, Zira, now entirely consumed by vengeance, following Nuka's death, launches a full-scale assault on the Prideland. The final confrontation between the Pridelanders and the Outlanders is tense. It's not just a physical battle, it's an ideological war. Just as the two prides are about to clash, Kovu and Kiara dramatically intervene. Kiara delivers the famous line, "We are one. Why are we fighting?" She challenges the entire premise of the war, forcing both sides to look beyond their hatred. This moment of clarity halts the battle. Vitani, the fiercest of Zero's daughters, is the first to cross the line, declaring, "No, Kiara is right. Enough." Her defection is massive, symbolizing the Outlanders realizing that Zira's cause is fueled only by madness, not justice. Zira is now completely isolated, clinging to her hatred. Simba finally opens his heart, offering sanctuary to all the Outlanders. Zira, unwilling to accept anything less than absolute power or Simba's death, makes a final, desperate lunge at Simba. Kiara intervenes, and in the ensuing struggle, Zira slips and falls to her death in the rushing river below. The ending is a powerful tableau of reconciliation. Kovu, the designated Dark Heir, stands beside Kiara and Simba, accepted not as a weapon, but as a future king. The Outlanders return to the Pridelands, finally unifying the kingdom. The story of Kovu isn't just a romance. It's a profound exploration of inherited trauma versus chosen destiny. Kovu was marked by darkness, scarred by abuse, and designed for evil, yet he chose light. He proves that while history may shape us, it doesn't define us. Simba, too, learns a vital lesson. True strength lies not in fear and exclusion, but in bravery and inclusion. So, what do you think? Was Kovu always destined for good? Or did Kiara truly save him from the dark past? It isn't just a simple story of good versus evil. It's a tale of family, betrayal, and the long, dark shadow that jealousy can cast over generations. It's a Shakespearean drama played out on the African savanna, and there's so much to unpack. Let's start at the beginning. From the very first scene, the contrast between Mufasa's family and Scar is stark. Mufasa is the beloved king, strong, wise, and celebrated. His son, Simba, is the heir apparent, the golden child destined for greatness. The circle of life is in full, glorious swing. But where is Scar during this grand presentation? He's lurking in the shadows, literally and figuratively. He's the disgruntled brother, passed over for the throne, first by Mufasa, and now by his newborn nephew. His very first lines drip with sarcasm and resentment. When Mufasa confronts him for missing the ceremony, Scar's response, "I was first in line." Until the little hairball was born, perfectly sums up his entire motivation. It's pure, unadulterated jealousy. He sees Simba not as family, but as the final obstacle to the power he feels he's been denied. This sets the stage for Scar's manipulation of young Simba. He preys on Simba's innocence and his desire to prove his bravery. Think about the scene in the elephant graveyard. Scar cleverly plants the seed of curiosity, knowing full well that Simba's adventurous spirit will lead him straight into danger. He frames it as a place only the bravest lions go. A challenge Simba can't resist. He's not just sending Simba into danger, he's testing the waters, seeing how easily he can control his nephew. When Mufasa saves the day, it only deepens Scar's frustration and solidifies his resolve to remove both father and son from the picture. He realizes he can't just rely on chance. He needs a more definitive, more tragic plan. And that leads us to the most heartbreaking scene in the entire film. The stampede. This is where Scar's villainy reaches its peak. He orchestrates the entire event, using Simba as bait. He places the cub in the gorge, triggers the wildebeest stampede, and then deceptively alerts Mufasa. The brilliance of this plan is in its cruelty. He forces Mufasa to perform the ultimate act of fatherly love, sacrificing himself for his Sunan, then uses that very act to seal his own fate. The moment Scar whispers, "Long live the king," and throws Mufasa from the cliff is forever burned into our collective memory. It's the ultimate betrayal. Brother against brother. But Scar's evil doesn't end there. What he does next is arguably just as wicked. He confronts the traumatized, grieving Simba and twists the narrative. He convinces Simba that Mufasa's death was his fault. "If it weren't for you, he'd still be alive," he hisses. This is psychological warfare at its most brutal. He doesn't just kill the king. He destroys the prince's spirit. He burdens a child with an unbearable guilt, ensuring he will never return to claim his birthright. Run away, Simba. Run away and never return. With those words, he banishes the true king and clears his own path to the throne. It's a masterclass in manipulation, turning tragedy into his personal triumph. Years pass, and the Pride lands wither under Scar's rule. The vibrant kingdom we saw at the beginning becomes a barren wasteland. This is a powerful visual metaphor. Mufasa ruled in balance with the circle of life, but Scar's reign, born of greed and selfishness, disrupts that balance entirely. The land itself reflects the soul of its king. While Simba is living a carefree Hakuna Matata lifestyle with Timon and Pumbaa, his home is suffering. He has suppressed his past, hiding from the guilt and responsibility that Scar forced upon him. He has forgotten who he is. It takes the combined efforts of Nala Rafiki and a vision of his father to finally break through Simba's self-imposed exile. The "remember who you are" seen is pivotal. Mufasa's spirit reminds Simba that he is more than his past mistakes. He is his father's son and the one true king. This is the moment Simba finally begins to shed the guilt and embrace his destiny. He stops running from his past and decides to run toward his future, toward his responsibility to his pride and his kingdom. The final confrontation between Simba and Scar is electric. It's not just a physical battle. It's a battle for the truth. When Scar tries to use the same psychological trick again, trying to paint Simba as the murderer in front of the whole pride, Simba is ready. He accepts responsibility, showing his growth and maturity. But the tide turns when Scar, overconfident and gloating, whispers the truth to Simba. "I killed Mufasa." That's the moment the spell is broken. The guilt that has haunted Simba for years is lifted, replaced by a righteous fury. The truth is finally out, and the pride sees Scar for the usurper and murderer he truly is. The fight on Pride Rock, silhouetted against the flames, is epic. Simba, fueled by justice, finally overpowers his uncle, and in a final, poetic moment, he offers Scar the same choice Scar gave him as a cub: run away and never return. But Scar, true to his nature, chooses deceit one last time, leading to his final downfall at the hands of his once loyal hyenas. He is consumed by the very chaos he created. In the story of Simba and Scar is a timeless warning about the corrosive power of jealousy and the long journey of healing from trauma and guilt. Simba's victory isn't just about reclaiming the throne. It's about reclaiming his identity. He had to face the darkest moment of his past to restore balance, not just to the Pride lands, but to himself. It's a powerful narrative that shows us that you can't run from who you are, and that true strength lies in facing your past and embracing your rightful place in the great circle of life. Thanks so much for watching. What's your favorite moment between these two iconic characters? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite films. See you next time.